Welcome back, everybody. It's 6:23 and it's time for our morning talker. We're talking about Nurse Casey Hickox, the nurse in Maine, promising to defy the state's quarantine for healthcare workers who treat Ebola patients. State officials want her to remain in voluntary quarantine until November 10th, when the 21-day incubation for her last possible exposure to Ebola ends. But we're going to have more on it coming up, but we can tell you now, she came out last night and she addressed reporters and she spoke, and she's saying that if this doesn't end, she's bringing a lawsuit. She's going to court. She's fighting this.
I'm sure she will.
She is defiant.
Let's bring in our friends over at Fun 107, Michael, Rock, Lauren, and Larry. Hi, guys. What do you think about this?
Good morning.
I don't get it. It seems like a small price to pay. It seems like she's already volunteered and gone over to Africa and given herself to, that country. You come back and you're quarantined for 21 days. It just seems like that is just part of the sacrifice. It seems like it's just for the greater good. I don't understand what's the big deal. It's just be in your pajamas, watch Judge Judy, and let that be the end of it.
Totally. I feel like she's being selfish that she doesn't want to agree to this 21-day quarantine.
Right, and certainly a lot of folks on our Facebook agree with you guys. And Michael, thanks for joining that conversation there, because you can see how heated folks get about this, though. Do you think it would change if there was a set policy in place so that these folks that did give their time to go to these countries knew what they were getting into beforehand? In other words, if they said you're going to have to do this quarantine, then they couldn't complain when they come back because they know what they're getting into.
Well, I'm not sure if we need that yet, because I don't know how long this Ebola outbreak is going to last. But, I mean, that would be a good step, I guess. It would be fair if they knew they were going to get into that before they went over, then there could be no complaining when they get back.
Yeah, they should have done that. And again, it's like they're making up the rules as we go along. Right. They keep changing things, and I think that confuses a lot of people as well. Incubation periods, what to wear, what not to wear, and I think that's part of the confusion. But you're right, Matt. If this was put in place, you're going over there. When you come back, you're in isolation for 21 days. People don't remember when the astronauts came back from the moon. They were put in isolation for I think a couple of weeks.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, they couldn't see anybody.
Well, yeah, fear of the unknown.
Yeah,
and I might be wrong. She's the expert. I'm not. But Ebola can come on after. She's testing negative now, but you know what I mean? Like she could experience it at a later time. So maybe she is putting people at risk.
Yeah,
Steve, was that quarantine for the rest astronauts after the movie Alien?
Yeah, right, exactly.
Well, I think it's important to note here, too, that we're not taking anything away from these amazing medical professionals who are giving their time to go over there and help these people. I think we're just trying to make sure that things don't get worse so that we don't have to deal with this on a wide scale here in the U.S. as well.
It's a risk-benefit thing. Just go ahead and just isolate yourself for 21 days. It's so worth it.
Right.
Why do we, I mean, just why?
Yeah, she has the people in her own town scared of her now.
Absolutely.
But thanks, guys, so much for taking the time to talk with us. We are unfortunately out of time, but we'd also like to continue the conversation on Facebook, so everyone at home, you can weigh in, too, on our ABC6 Facebook page.